Hello everyone, my name is Karthik and you're watching my YouTube channel, and this session will create one minimal web API and will achieve as well like this. Those are endpoints actually. We'll create a blog endpoint, so which blog actually can get all the blog, can post, can get by ID, and that we can update that blog as well as we can delete that blog. So for being that, okay, so yeah, I have created another web API in .NET 7 that is now related to uh, see related to controller based. Actually, two approach we can create our web API. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so yes, so yes, so this is that another series session actually. So see. So if you don't know about that, what is .NET API, so I especially recommend to you first go to this one. Okay, also I mentioned this one in my channel. Okay, and this will help to what is the API and how we can start our .NET Core API. Okay, before moving, because that .NET minimal API actually little bit is complex, but yeah, before starting to that minimal level, I especially recommend to watch this one. So moving forward, so let's start it to uh, how the functionality achieving over here. So yeah, this is get blog. So let's try to get all the blogs. So yeah, it is one blog is there. So let me delete one first so that I can show the scratch. Okay, so let's delete. Let's execute. Yeah, there's a no block first time. Okay, now perhaps expand that post one. So I'm trying to update some blog. Okay, so let me add something. Okay, this is first block ASP.NET API. Execute. Okay, and let's me add one to, for example, C sharp. Okay, execute this one. Okay, also you can see the response. Yes, 01. Okay, that means it is created, got created. And let's check. Yes, there's a two block. First is that minimal API, second one is C sharp. Okay, let's me get by the ID as well. Like, okay, I want to get this block based on the ID. The second based on the ID 2. I want to get the two block number 2. So this is the block number 2, C sharp. And also if you want to get block ID 1, so yeah, I can get it. Okay, that get by ID also fine. Then trying to update some block. Okay, so based on this ID, suppose I want to add ID 2, second block. So what I want to update, just for update, I just paste it, okay, in the title, but it is not real scenario. But yeah, for the demonstration, I think just say some comments. So let's execute. Let's check this ID 2. See, whatever I put that updated, yeah, just updated that we can show over it. Okay, and moving to delete as well. Like I want to delete the first of block, so just put first, execute. Let me check all the blogs, get all the blogs. See, ID 1 is gone, but is there. Okay, so start to let's get started how we can achieve those functionality, insert, update, delete, or we can select get, post, put, delete a blog. So first we have to start Visual Studio 2022, and you have to install actually SDK, and at least minimum required is SDK 6 actually, .NET 6. Okay, so I already actually install everything, but if you don't know, so go to my YouTube channel and you will see that how we can install 2022 along with all the SDK. Okay, go to new project, and okay, so starting. Okay, so when you start, so you will see this pop up. Okay, this window. And then if you're trying to find, so there's a two way. Like first way, you can directly get web API, trying to search from here as well. And the second one is actually choose this project, looking for API. And there's a two template actually. So see the C sharp and F sharp. So this guy, see the two template, the C sharp and F sharp. So I'm going to start with C sharp. I'm very much comfortable in C sharp. And this is web API, web minimum. So okay, next, and see there is a to point out something over here. Yeah, see these are some configuration. So this is the authentication type. So I'm not going to any authentication type. We choose that none because this is some demo. So demo, this is fine. Also see this use controller. So if you check, that means you will create this template will create a web API for controller based approach, which is already we created. But we want to use that minimal appeal, so you have to just uncheck. Okay, this check is required uh, as per your requirement. But yeah, I will check it because we saw that like that Swagger UI, so that will help to test our endpoint. So I check it so that they will give some by default configuration so that I can test it. I don't record any another third party like Postman, also other stuff. Okay, so check it. And this is that another configuration, and don't use the top level statement. That means when you the checkbox, so your entry point will create it that class that program under this program.cs file, it will create that class and method, like main method, and also that program.class. Okay, that default class, so that I don't want because. And then it. Okay, so yeah, before you know describe the architecture. Okay, so first what need to do, first we have to know, okay, what is that minimal API. We have to know little bit about that. Okay, because we already know like what is the web API in previous session. So yeah, if I creating some minimal API, so definitely you have to know. So minimal API is a feature introduced in .NET 6 that allow and developers to build simple and conscious applications with the minimal ceremony and configuration. It is provides a streamlined syntax and programming model for defined application endpoints and handling HTTP request, making it is easier to create lightweight API and web applications. And other hand, other word we can say, with minimal API you can define your application routes and request handlers directly with a single files or a small set of files. So that I'll explain you once I create it and show that architecture, like what is the architecture when I define the architecture without the need of additional setup or configuration. It eliminates the traditional setup of controllers, routes, tables, and dependency injection registration that was required in previous version of the ASP.NET. That's also will explain. Okay, so let's get started to describe. Okay, so let's me zoom in a little bit, okay, so that you can see the architecture. Okay, so this is a program.cs file. This is entry point. This is app.json file. This is our configuration file. That means all the configuration setup we can set up over there. The property is our properties folder, which we can add our all the launches setting. And this is dependency, so all the dependency. And this is another things is the contacted service. So any contacted any services we have implement, so that we can connect it and we can use that part. I'll create a separate part for that because this is a very important features. This Visual Studio 2022. So yes, so now let's open that program.cs file. See, this is similar stuff that our controller based approach. So we can register our dependency injections over here. Okay, and also they adding add some dependencies stuff over here like the and endpoint API explorer as well as that swagger, which is we saw the under demo, as well as we create builder.app builder.build so that our app can build over here, and then some configuration for set like okay, if it is the environment is development, so it is for we can use the swagger, and also here is the some and middle mid, middleware extension over here, so that this middleware extension actually handling that our redirections to for the if I pass the HTTP, so it will redirect to HTTPS. Okay, and now other stuff like see, this is a default template provide us some array. Okay, this is a some array in this string array, and then based on the string array actually there is some logic so that I can show the data based on this this logic. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get see what is the output of this default template of minimal API. So so if you see this weather forecast which we saw here. Okay, see, this is I create a better forecast. If you want to change any name, so that name will be changed over. So for example, if I change weather forecast new, okay, so this is hot reload also. Reload is working on, but let's just try. It's not working. Yes, because it is not working. So let's get run one more time. Definitely you will see that point name has changed. Okay, so yeah, see that endpoint name change. So let's try to execute. Yes, see uh, all the data is over here. Okay, also if you want to debug, so you can just debug also, just put the debugger point here, just here. Okay, so that check it. Okay, just execute one more time. See, data is here, all the data is there, just execute. Okay, see, also I think we can directly call this endpoint via the URL. Okay, so let me copy our endpoint. Okay, and here slash the name endpoint, it is a okay, see, this is our URL, so this is a get endpoint, so we can directly hit the browser as required. See, the debugger point is there, also we can see the data is here. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, and also okay, that is enough for this architecture, because there are nothing. Okay, that's why it's called a minimal API. There is no controller, no such kind of registration for route and route table, etc. So that's all up get rid of. Okay, so now we'll achieve that elimination of block, so that I will create a one block that will give us like get and post delete everything. Okay, so what we need to do, just get rid all the default stuff, this default implementations will create a from the scratch, so that can understand like okay, what how one minimal API is working from the scratching. Okay, so first what need to do, I need to create one service. Okay, so it's called services. Okay, and then create a interface, create a class name interface, and it's called the log service is. Okay, hit enter. It's created iblock interface. Okay, create another class, or before creating another class, I think first we have to record a one model. Okay, just create one model as well. Let's create a one model. and let's create a one model. So create a one class, called it blog. Okay, so while we update, we record those properties. So I'm just list, so that listing time, writing a code. Okay, this is our model as created. Okay, this model is like id, title, description. Okay, now we have to implement those endpoint, like those implement not implementation, like declaration, like what are the our operations we can do in this block service. So we will do, basically we want get, post, delete everything, no? So see, now I just, I don't write a code because that is not important. Okay, because understand, and important is understanding, like what is that. Okay, so yeah, I just create a enumerable list of blogs, and then I declare as a get all, so that I can get all the list from here. And then similar, I want to get the blog based on the id, so data get by id. And also I want to post some blog, so I create a create method to post all the blog. And I want to update, so I want to update the blog. I want to delete, so I delete a blog. Okay, let's get started for implementation. So create the implementation class as well. So let's create blog service, yes. It just inherit that I a block service. And also see, one you just inherit, then it will show Visual Studio 2022 actually showing, like, okay, if you require, if you want to just implement that interface, yes, it is a one way. The another way is a shortcut control dot. So as I trying to this, so it is giving default implementation with this not implementation exception. Okay, so we'll implement one by one. Okay, so first we'll implement the get one. Okay, let's first collapse all the endpoint. Okay, so that not confusing anything. Okay, let's starting one by one. Remove this one, and this logic would be, okay, yes, logic would be we return some blog list. Okay, so what we can do, we will use actually in memory list, because in this demo session I'll create a in memory list. But yeah, in the next session I'll create the data in our SQLite server or SQL server. Okay, later in this next session. But yeah, this session for demonstration how we can easily create. So that's why we'll use that uh, in memory list object. Okay, so what I will do, just create a constructor of that. Okay, first, and create a list object. So private, okay, private read only, then list of blog. Okay, showing the intelligence also. So that list of blog, I can just initiate this class constructor. Okay, so yeah, this is initialize of the constructor, and then just return this list. Okay, whatever list is returning. So this implementation done. Labs, and now we'll implement actually create. Okay, so not create, yeah, first I think better for get by id. So whatever we have, all the blocks we return, now we'll return based on this id. What need to do, just similar implementation we required, like, okay, just change it to this. Okay, change sky, whatever our list object. Okay, so just return. Okay, so what I did, I just same list, whatever our list. Okay, in this list I just find it is a link query extension method. If you don't about that link query, so definitely go to my channel, you will find that. how we are working in this link queue query, the list. And this is first and default, and we trying to some lambda expression and we compare actually. Okay, then return the list, return the block. Okay, and this is fine. Then create, then we'll move it to uh, create. Okay, so that we can implement, we can we can create a new block. So what need to do, we just, so what we are doing over here, whatever object we are getting over here, we just manipulate the id, because as for in memory object we don't have a primary key. Okay, but yeah, when we implement this in memory object to our db, so that time this logic is not required. Okay, so this logic only for purpose here, just increment our id whatever our uh, blog has created or not created. So based on this, actually we can just increase our id. Okay, so just check first, yeah, if it is greater than 0, so what we need to do, we are trying to find the max id of this list id. Okay, and just increase. Else if it is not, there is a list is empty, is there is a no list, so definitely just pass return 1. Okay, so this is that logic, this is. And then that blog list to add whatever object, okay, whatever getting from ui, that modify the id, but rest of things just add into the list. Okay, and then return same block. Okay, so that we can show the output. Okay, what is the post, actually what the user has sent and updated, inserted to in our list object or in. So this also done. Then move it to, yes, create, then update. I think it to update one. Okay, so just copy the code, demo project. Okay, so yes, the change to our log list type properties of the list. Okay, then again we finding the data. Okay, this is exist or not. Okay, because we are trying to update, so definitely the data should be exist. Okay, so that check is very important for us. This is business logic. So if it is exist, it is if it is exist. Okay, then we have check. Okay, it is not null. Then this trying to update whatever our uh, whatever our storing the data, getting the data, we just update that entity. Okay, and then finally add to the in our list. Okay, because it is automatically updated. Actually we not trying to again to update the in memory, because just find whatever data, so automatically will update same block list. Okay, this is the beauty. And then finally we'll implement delete. Okay, so this is also a we void, we're not turning anything, just updating. Okay, then this is delete. Okay, so simple, we have to use in delete as well, just find and remove from the list. Okay, but simple, change to our blog list to here. Okay, so blog list to first and default, first trying to find. Okay, it is there, so we get this data and remove from that list. So there is a method of this collections, means that yeah, generic collections. So this is a remove method, and this remove method actually trying to get the data, and based on this remove from the list. Okay, so these are done, implementation all done. Okay, now what need to do, we go to our program.cs file and we'll create actually the endpoint. Okay, so first we'll create endpoint for get. So what you have to do, just similar app dot, if you want to get, so this is get. If you want to post, so every method over here. Okay, so that bet also it is implementation actually. See the router builder actually, so provide us this all the method from the router builder. So first we'll trying to get, so dot get, it will handle route as well as that that associative verb. So map dot get, sorry, dot get, why it's not map. Okay, see, dot get, and then they, okay, they want actually, see, they want some string pattern. Okay, there's a two balloon method. First string pattern, and second one is a request delegate. Okay, so first we pass that endpoint. Okay, so what are the endpoint? Like I want to call like first API, and face first the domain, before the domain then API, then our blog, then it's fine. Okay, and then the request delegates. Okay, so how we can achieve the request delegate? So whatever lambda expression based on the our service. So where is our data actually? Where our business logic? Our business logic is here. Okay, so I will copy here just blog service. Okay, and just create to blog service as a blog service. Just create instance blog service. Also, yes, it is delegate, so first we have to some it over here so that we can create an options. Now this one, see, now it's saying something, so I think we have to bring this namespace. So first bring space service, this is a name, correct? I think it is not here, it's saying it is not here. So wait, okay, we are missing something. See, now, so lambda expression I'm put the wrong. Okay, now it is coming here. Okay, and based on this service actually we inject, actually in this endpoint we inject as previously we did, right, like in our controller level. So similar we can do directly in that endpoint. Okay, we inject our service, it's block service, call that where, okay, the store, or we can directly returns return that result dot okay, and that blog service dot get all. Okay, this is a list. See, this is we can achieve in the get endpoint with the help of so let let's try run, because I'm expecting one error. Yeah, because I know, so that also you have to know, that's why I'm not resolving that error, so that you can like what is that error while implementation. Okay, so see, this is getting the error, and what is saying, it is saying just, did you mean register body service I service attribute, and also it is saying something block service. Okay, see, this block service be injecting, but we are not resolving. Okay, so how we can resolve it? Simple, just provide us here like builder dot services dot add singleton. There's a three mechanism: add singleton, add transient, and scope. So I am using that add singleton because I want to keep all the data in this in memory. We don't want to lose, so just use an add single. But yeah, there's a three way. If you don't know about that, so you go to my channel, or you definitely get this about that. Okay, so just registered and first implement. declaration and then implementation as well. So this way can just okay, see, this is fine, and let's try again one more time. See, now I can get the output. Okay, a blog is there. Let's try get list. See, this is empty result because as of now there's a nothing, so I'm getting this problem has gone. And now we'll implement that get by id everything. So this is get. Now I don't want to create a line of code because it is wasting up time, so just copy paste my demo project. So I just copy all of that, not all of that, just one by one, just get by, implement that get by block by id. So similar fashion like I'm using, so map that our blog, okay, and then use that attribute id means route id, and then for inject service and pass this id mapping to this id to here, so that we can filter our data. And simply if it is there, then if it is not there, so not found. If it is there, then result. Then okay, then similar I need to create a blog. What I need to do, just use that map dot post, okay, and similar api that blog and similar injection inject that our services and that item. So this blog item we can say why it's to do item. Okay, it is a blog item. Change it item. This is a variable things, not a issue. So yeah, this blog item and whatever blog we passes to our service, that service actually create insert in our in memory, and based on this we return here result dot created and return the data. Okay, similar put. Okay, so similar like API blog, same router parameter and injecting this, and this time parameter is the mapping this parameter as well as passing the object from that UI. Okay, the blog UI. Similar, just pass it here, and that service will handle everything and returning no content. Okay, if it is any issue, so definitely it will return an exception. Okay, then finally delete. Okay, so map dot delete, map dot put, and then map dot delete, and similar injection means service injected and then id, and then based on the id we are trying to call our service delete, then no. Okay, so implementation done. Let's run, see the output. Okay, yes, see, wherever we saw the demo, we have a get post get by id put delete. Okay, so let's try one more. Is empty expected. Okay, and block we are trying to post. So first try out post C sharp. Okay, this is my C sharp application block. Okay, execute, we return data. Okay, and we are trying to one more, so that C sharp the API minimal API. Okay, this is also API. Okay, cute. Let's add one more like .NET Mayu. Also, you don't know about the .NET Mayu, you can go to a YouTube channel. Okay, cute. And let's see blogs I have created. See, there's a 3 blog, okay, which created. And then what we want to do, we want to get by blog. So just we want to last one, okay, third one. So see, there's a third one. Okay, if you want to second one, just execute second one. Okay, it's fine. Okay, then move it to update. Okay, I want to update my blog. So I want to update that my one. So just my UI to .NET MyU .NET my hybrid app. Okay, this is another MyU application actually. So just I did okay cute. So I update third one. So let me check third one execute. See my hybrid because previously I set is this. The update also working fine and then delete. So I want to delete the first one. Okay, delete first one. Okay, then check all the blocks. What are the blocks? Yeah, it's two only. Also, this one you can get from the browser directly because it is get endpoint. So just open. See, this is our JSON object returning JSON object. Okay. Also, if you want to debug, can debug easily. So let's debug from here. Let's execute from the browser. Yes, let's execute browser. See, when I hit the browser, I initialize our injecting actually a service already resolve the dependency. Then whatever method we call, get the call and the result. Okay, okay. See, so that's it for this. Yeah, one more thing actually. Okay, so see, these are suppose there's a one scenario like suppose I have to implement many what we can say like many endpoints. Okay, so there's a mess up, right? Because this is a one program file. This one program file it is not a right thing to show. Those are all the endpoints over there. So there is a one more mechanism we can actually move it to in a separate class. Okay, so that how we can do we'll cover in the next session because I don't want to keep this session too long. So how we'll do that, there are just some tricks actually. We can create an extension method. Based on the extension method we can see okay like this way, like app dot our map log endpoint. That's it. Okay, so we can reduce all the we can show the cleanup code as well. Okay, so that's it for this session. So have a nice day. Thank you.